The Joker is Batman's most iconic enemy. There is no arguing that fact, shaping much of the Dark Knight's career, personal life, and even personality. So removing the Joker from Gotham's equation prompts a profound reimagining of Batman's entire existence. In today's video, we will explore how not only Batman's career and personality would differ, but also the city's villains, general crime rates, and how the Bat family would be affected in a world where the clown prince of crime never existed. Let's get into it.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Fear. I'm vengeance.
Without the Joker, Batman's personality and approach to crime fighting would significantly differ. First of all, there would be significantly less psychological torment and trauma. The Joker's actions often push Batman to his psychological limits. Without the Joker's continuous, sadistic schemes, Batman might maintain a slightly more stable mental state. He would still be driven by the trauma of his parents' death, but he would not experience the additional psychological warfare that the Joker imposes. Look at the many things that the Joker has put Bruce Wayne through. The death of Jason Todd was a huge moment, and it changed Bruce in more ways than one. The paralyzing of Barbara Gordon. These are not the actions of your common criminal. These are huge, life-altering events. He would also likely face different moral dilemmas, as the Joker frequently presents Batman with moral quandaries that test his no-kill rule. Without these intense tests, Batman's ethical code might be less frequently questioned and challenged. His resolve to avoid lethal force might remain strong, but it would not be tested in the same extreme ways. It sounds almost silly, but this may have led to a slightly less moody Batman. Slightly. Okay, maybe not. He would also be able to put more of a focus into other villains. Batman's time and resources often go towards countering the Joker's elaborate plans. In his absence, Batman could allocate more effort towards dismantling other criminal organizations and tackling systematic issues in Gotham, potentially leading to a more strategic and less reactionary approach. This could also lead to more permanent solutions to certain crimes. Perhaps without being distracted by the Joker, less villains would escape from Arkham Asylum. It's likely that the absence of the Joker would lead to notable changes in the dynamics of Gotham's underworld. There would be power shifts. The Joker's unpredictability keeps other villains on edge and sometimes unites them against a common threat. Without him, the power dynamics among Gotham's rogues gallery would shift. Figures like Two-Face and Penguin, or even the Riddler, might rise to greater prominence, filling the vacuum left by the Joker's absence. There would be totally different alliances and rivalries. The Joker would often disrupt alliances with his chaotic nature. So without him, more stable alliances could form among villains, leading to potentially more organised and systematic criminal activities. For example, again, Two-Face might establish a stronger criminal empire, or the Penguin could solidify his role as a crime lord without fearing the Joker's interruptions and disruptions. It also goes without saying that there would be reduced chaos. The Joker's schemes are often random and aim to instill fear and chaos rather than achieve tangible criminal goals. Without his influence, Gotham's crime might become more predictable and financially motivated rather than being driven by pure anarchy. This could potentially make Batman's job somewhat easier, as he would be dealing with a more conventional criminal behavior. Now, it's likely that there would be much lower levels of random violence. The Joker's presence escalates random acts of violence and terror, and without him, Gotham might experience fewer mass casualty events and less senseless violence. Crime rates would of course still be high, it's Gotham, but the nature of crime would be more organised and less about creating fear for fear's sake. There could also be more of a focus on systemic issues. With fewer distractions from Joker-induced chaos, Batman could focus more on systematic issues like corruption, poverty, and the root causes of the crime in Gotham. This long-term approach could lead to gradual improvements in Gotham's overall crime landscape. It's also to likely improve police efficiency, because let's be honest, the GCPD aren't that great, and they're often overwhelmed by the Joker's elaborate plots. With him gone, they could potentially operate more efficiently. Resources could be better allocated, and the police might work more effectively with Batman to combat crime. Of course, this all sounds great in theory, but there's always the chance that someone else just takes the Joker's place. Different motivations and tragedies make a huge difference in the Bat family. The members of it often have personal vendettas against the Joker. Without his existence, characters like Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, would not experience the life-changing traumas that she did in the events of The Killing Joke. This would alter their motivations and potentially lead to different career paths within the vigilante world. She would more than likely have remained as Batgirl and not become Oracle. This could have huge implications in so many missions that the Bat family went on, as she oversaw them very effectively, providing them with vital intel that likely kept them alive on multiple occasions. We of course also have to mention Jason Todd. Without the Joker, he may have remained as Robin, never even becoming the Red Hood. This also potentially means that both Tim Drake and Damian Wayne never take up the mantle of Robin themselves. Huge changes. Speaking of these, the Joker is responsible for some of the most significant tragedies within the Bat family, again like Jason Todd's death and Barbara Gordon's paralysis. There is of course many others, but without these events, the Bat family might be less scarred by personal loss and able to operate more cohesively, functioning less on a revenge-based motivation, even if subconsciously, and being more focused on justice. It's likely they would all also receive more stable mentorship. Batman's mentorship might be less burdened by the need to respond to the Joker's escalations. He could provide more stable guidance to his proteges, fostering a stronger, more united Bat family. He wouldn't be treating his sidekicks like children, even if some of them are, but we know that after the death of Jason Todd, he made a lot of his decisions based out of fear of losing another Robin, or being responsible for another hero's death. He would perhaps not have that fear or guilt, and this could maybe even lead to more efficient heroes. A Gotham without the Joker presents a profoundly different landscape for Batman. His personality might be less tormented, and his crime fighting more strategic. Gotham's villains would shift in power dynamics, crime might become more organised, and the Bat family could operate with fewer tragedies. While Batman's mission would remain arduous, the absence of his greatest nemesis would reshape his career and personal life in significant ways, potentially leading to a more stable and effective fight against Gotham's criminal underworld, and he may even occasionally crack a smile. Who knows? I think this is a really interesting subject, how the absence of one criminal can change things so much. And let's be honest, this was probably just scratching the surface. I'd actually really like to try a fully fleshed out what-if scenario one day, where I actually take a hypothetical like this and tell my own story in that world. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Let me know in the comments. That's it from me today, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, we do have channel memberships available. They don't really get you much on this channel, I'm not going to lie, but it's just if you want to support. If that's not for you guys and you still want to show some support, just of course hit like and subscribe. It genuinely makes a big difference. I hope you all have a great day. Don't forget to return to the Batcave for more Bat content.
What are you?
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Fear. I'm vengeance.